Hi, how are y'all? I assume everybody's heard the news by now that Olivia Newton-John has died. Damn. Kelly Kamar, I'm sitting here just sobbing. I loved watching Grease over and over and would pretend to be her when I was little. I know. I don't know. Hello, Dannon. Hello, Mazen. I don't I don't even know why this is bothering me. I honestly don't know that much about Olivia Newton-John, but she's just been there like my entire life. Grease came out in 1978. I was 1. I was born in 1977. Hello, Dorian and Sue and brother John Wayne Causey. How is everybody? Corin, she was an amazing lady. She was. Again, I don't know that much about her. I didn't like keep up with her. I remember watching Grease like everybody else 1,000 times when I was a kid, but I haven't seen it in 30 years. I'd see clips like on social media as like everybody else. I'd I'd watch it in passing like everyone else. I didn't have to catch the beginning, didn't have to see the end. It wasn't even my favorite show. She was not my favorite actress, but I don't know why it's just bugging me. I don't like the thought of this world without Olivia Newton-John. This almost bugs me more than when Betty White died. I don't know. Maybe it's just the fact that Olivia Newton-John has just been a household name my entire life, and I'd occasionally see her on television or on news clips. I'd see her name come up, and she's one of those people. I found this out way later in life. She's a Brit, and then apparently, if you can, I don't know. There are different stories. Some say she considered herself Australian. She moved there. Best I could tell, she was born in Britain somewhere, and then moved to Australia when she was like, I don't know, 5 or 6. She never really even had that strong of an accent in anything I ever remember. Certainly not, Grease, what she's most famous for. And of course, when all Brit singers sing, you can't ever tell if they're British unless they're Phil Collins. Phil Collins about the only Brit who sings in British. I crack me up sometime. I know. Everybody's dying. All the cool, the nice people. Betty White almost made it to 100. Yeah. She was like 99.99. She was just like within a few days of being 100. But, with Betty White, like I said, I guess it bothered me, but it didn't bother me because, like Michaela said, she wasn't 100 years old. I say we go ahead and just give Betty White an honorary centenarian posthumously because she made it. Maybe that's why I liked Olivia Newton-John, because she was just drop dead gorgeous, like absolutely just a stunning woman up to the very last time I ever saw her on TV. I watched a few interviews with her today, like everybody else, and at 73, that woman was still just stunningly gorgeous. And maybe it's because she never had a sex tape, or maybe she, didn't give her 2 cents on political stuff and take sides. I don't know what it is about her. Again, I wasn't her biggest fan. I didn't keep up with her, day in, day out. I haven't seen Grease since, uh, I bet you I was in my teens. I know it's been 30 years. Maybe maybe that's what her appeal is. She was just a sweet, kind, beautiful person that just made music that so many people. She's a multi-platinum I don't know how the young people. I mean, I know there's some young people in here. Do y'all? What do y'all think? How do y'all remember Olivia Newton-John? Is this all new to y'all, or was she was Grease, that good, or you saw it as a child too? Because I know there's teenagers that listen to this. David Weaver, rest in peace. Olivia Newton-John, you were such an inspiration to a lot, even for kids who reenacted Grease in school. Rest in peace. Mr. Hedgehog, rest in peace. Luke Walker, Olivia Newton-John did sing a song called Please, Mr. Please. I'm going to have to rely on everybody here to tell me about Olivia Newton-John. Again, in no way is this meant to be disrespectful to her at all. I've said this many times, from 2000 or 99 or 1997 until just recently, I've missed a lot of pop culture. There's a lot of things I don't know. Mr. Vile gives a heart. Someone at my school said, and if the queen doesn't turn 100, I'm not sure what that means. Hello, Doozer. She was smoking in the Let's Get Physical. Yeah, no kidding. And I can't even stand cigarettes. In that famous line in Grease where she's taking the cigarette and putting it out and she's wearing that all black leather. God, oh, mighty Friday. Corin, she kept things real, wasn't in the public to get too much attention all the time. Corin, I didn't think so, other than, occasional interviews, just because she was an icon. But apparently she was still working up until almost her last days. The interview, one of them I watched, was maybe a couple years ago. She was 70, 71. And the interviewers were telling, at the end, you can still catch Olivia Newton-John singing in Las Vegas, singing her old hits, Tuesdays through Saturday. I was like, what? Really? That is just amazing to me. 70 years old and she's still singing in Vegas? I mean, talk about a wonderful, cool life. And I'm sure she had struggles like everybody else, but to do what you love, she had to have done it just because of the love of it. I mean, surely Olivia Newton-John didn't need the money. I mean, if Olivia Newton-John still needed the money and she was performing in Vegas at that age, then Jesus, there's just no hope for the rest of poor people. Regina Scott, hi, Kayla. It is really sad she died. Have you ever seen Xanadu? I'd have when I was a kid. Like, I probably saw that before I saw Grease, or maybe, I don't know. I don't even remember the plot of Xanadu. I've seen clips from it since then, but I don't even remember the plot. But I loved it. Maybe part of the reason is, maybe I think that was probably the first word I ever read that started with an X, and it sounds like a Z. I've never heard of her. So Michaela's never heard of her. That is just so sad to me. Panna, yeah, never heard the name. Really? I know Panna's 17, 18 maybe. Have never heard of Olivia Newton-John. That is just wild. The Dusk Princess. I saw her in Greece. She did a phenomenal job. I can't believe she's gone. Hello, Karen. I didn't see Grease until I was almost 30, but she was really beautiful. Really? Almost 30 years old. I know you're mid-30s right now. I mean, that was just something we just all watched, all on VHS, over and over and over. And Tiffany Winters, her voice was just beautiful. It was. Everything about her was beautiful. Luke Walker, her singing voice is so beautiful, Caleb. Then again, I don't read the captions at the end of movies. You will. I do now. JW, did you ever get custody of Parker? No, he's grown now, and we're not going to talk about that because Olivia Newton-John died, and this takes precedence because I want to hear from y'all about her. Red Jules 1980. Have to believe we are magic. That is a great song of her. Oh my gosh! When you just reading those words, I remember hearing that, and I don't know if I had a crush on her, but maybe I did, 'cause she's like 20, let's see, she's 73, she's 27 years older than me, so she's, like, older than my mother. She's older than my dad, but not by a lot, but by a little, but still, she's my mother's my parents' age, but in Greece, and when I saw it, it came out in '78, so it was at least the mid-80s. I mean, I had to have been, at least 6 or 8 years old before I saw it. It was still a big, gigantic movie even, 6 or 8 years after it came out. Right, my grandmother literally watched every movie throughout half the century she's been alive. I'm really sad to see the older fans watching people who they grew up with or watch just die. Isn't that the circle of life, though? Maybe that's part of what bugs me is because, yeah, she's 27 years older than me, but that's not that much older than me. To me, 73. I know you kids think that I'm old because I've got gray hair and I'm 45, but I remember being young like that and thinking, God damn, someone they're 70, fucking 80, they might as well be 100 and 110. But to me, 73 just is not that old. Ms. Death Monkey, oh my God, she passed away, yes, unfortunately. Um, Again, her wiki page just keeps changing and changing and changing. I've checked it 2 or 3 times, and it's something new every time I check, and I believe it was cancer, and more specifically breast cancer. The best I can tell, she got breast cancer or some kind of cancer about like 30 years ago, and she's always had, organizations, promoting, studying cancer and helping other people become, beat cancer. Yeah. Yes, she did. She fit Sandy. Colin Wilscroft. Yeah, Sandy was her character for the people that don't know. That was her character in the movie Grease. And she just nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. Denise. Yep. True story. With Willow. Hey, Caleb, it's so sad about her. She was a wonderful actor. Yeah, again, correct me if I'm wrong. The best I could tell, besides her acting career, she was just a nice person, a very, very kind person. If you were a fan of hers and you know something, beyond what's just on Wikipedia, let me know. Okay, sorry. About Parker, it's okay. I get it. I mean, there's new people coming on here all the time, but Parker's great, Blaine's great, Hayden's great, London's great, everyone's fine, but I just don't talk about their personal lives. The Weather Kids, so many people. I'm gonna be your little grammar Nazi here. So many people loved her. Yes, they did. Apparently, obviously, yes. Maz in Glee, was she in that? Glee? I never saw Glee. When I was young, I boycotted a lot of movies for stupid reasons. That's why I was a Harry Potter virgin till just recently. I would be curious to find out, Miss Karen, what in the world would you have been boycotting certain movies, and especially Grease or even Harry Potter? Sarah Jane, what happened to her husband? He went missing off a boat. I don't know. I've not heard that. I heard the last I read was her husband posted on her social media that about her passing, and they did the normal, give us time for bereavement. I know nothing about her husband. Who she married, I don't know. Y'all tell me. Kenneth, hey, do you stand with Ukraine? I stand with individuals. I don't stand with politicians, even U.S. politicians, Ukrainian, Russian, any of them. I just don't like politicians. Mazen, I don't consider you old because my dad's older, and I don't consider him that old. Well, thanks. You did a great job playing Sandy. She sure did, Regina. She was just so bubbly and bouncy and drop dead, amazingly gorgeous woman. Chica, hi. I'm a really big fan. Okay, thanks, man. Mr. Death Monkey. I'm so sad. I loved her as Sandy. First movie I've seen her in. My husband introduced me to her when we first got together in 2003. Wow, that's a neat story. Wikipedia is not a reliable source. I know. It's not, and that's if you really, were digging for like really specific stuff. But for general stuff, when was she born? Where was she born? That sort of thing. That's all I use it for mostly. And I don't think people are old until they're in their 80s. I won't say who, but I know people in their 60s that still look in their 30s. Colin Williscroft. What was your favorite part of her career? Well, it would just have to be Grease. Again, I don't know when you came on here or tuned in, but I haven't followed Olivia Newton-John like very closely in many years. Just anytime, for whatever reason, her name might come up. Obviously, I'd recognize her name and I'd watch something that she was talking about or something. But I haven't even seen Grease literally since I was a teenager, a young teenager at that. So it's been at least 30 years. The way I found out, speaking of Grease, that she died was I just saw a post by John Travolta. He put up a really nice memorial type thing. Said some really nice words about her, and I thought, God dang. Well, if John Travolta posted it, I mean, I didn't usually when something like that happens, I'm like, I don't know, but I better double check. But if he posted it that she'd gone, then I knew it was real. Because he just lost his wife, not I don't know, a couple of years ago. I don't think people are old. Okay, I already got to that. Oops. David, I love your content. Well, thanks, man. I'm trying to get my little podcast up. Michaela, people can go in there and change anything at any time. Well, that's part of it. That's why it's called Wiki. Sarah Jane, it wasn't her husband, it was her boyfriend, and he faked it. I just Googled it. Wow. So was this like years earlier and then she was married? Because I'm pretty sure she was married like on her dying day. But I've not heard that. You are 45, but look better than most people I've seen at the age of 20. Well, thanks, Ryan. I'm trying. I didn't used to be. I've lost about 40 pounds. My fat ass was on the road to pushing up daisies myself. Karen, that is blasphemous. I have never seen the Goonies, Star Trek, or any of the Indiana Jones or 007 movies. Wow. Just wow. How can you have not seen the Goonies? What is wrong with you? Star Trek, I watched it as a kid. I don't keep up with any of the new crap. The old stuff, I liked it. Indiana Jones. There's going to be an Indiana Jones 4 with Harrison Ford. Oh my God! Can you believe that? That guy's like 80 himself. They've already recorded it. I think last year. It's in production right now, and it's coming out next year. Indiana Jones 4. That's what I like to see. Maybe that's what I was just kind of hoping would, Olivia Newton-John would make Grease Part 2, or I think they might have made Grease 2, but a new remake or something. Maybe that's what I was hoping for. Any 007, the new stuff, I don't give a crap about the new stuff, but all the old Sean Connery and Roger Moore, they were 007. Oh, it was great stuff. You're missing out. Don't boycott it. There's things you can boycott. They're worthy of boycotting, but classics, oh, you just can't. Man, I watch Grease as soon as you can. It's a classic. Yeah, it won't disappoint. It's just, it's a musical, and I generally don't even like musicals. Like, I really don't. I don't know why, I just don't, but Grease is just one of those rare exceptions. Her and John Travolta have been very good friends for a long time. I imagine they got famous together. John Travolta had hair back then. Doozer heard a theory in Greece. Fanny and Sandy died drowning in the beginning of the movie, and that's why at the end they're driving the car into the clouds. I don't know. I'm going to have to just watch Grease again, I guess. Again, I watched it I don't know how many times as a child, and I haven't seen it in 30 years. I can't even hardly remember the plot. I just remember loving it, or liking it at least. Carrie Fisher, David Prowse, Betty White, Olivia Newton-John. Damn it, we need to stop losing people. Yeah, I mean, back when I went to jail, when I had to go back to jail, like turn myself in, that's when Robin Williams died. That was 2014. I don't know who David Prowse is. I've never heard that. Carrie Fisher, obviously, I knew her. Regina Scott, they also did another movie together called Two of a Kind. I didn't know that. No, I don't guess she did a whole lot of like big acting after the 80s because John Travolta obviously did a bunch. Pulp Fiction being, one of his classics, second classic. Clearly, Karen is not a movies or TV show person, but that's okay. Yeah, it's okay. We'll get her caught up. She did watch Harry Potter. I'll give Karen that. She finished all the Harry Potters. Well done. Well done, Buckbeak. Well done. Witchful Willow. Oh no, not Goonies. Star Trek. Wow. Yeah, I don't know how anybody could not see the Goonies. Then again, I've got a confession. Don't feel bad, Karen. I've not seen to this day. I've still never seen Beetlejuice or Edward Scissorhands. I want to, but they're just not on there's two. I've got accounts with Netflix and Prime, and that's it. I don't have Hulu or any of the others. And if it's not on those two, I haven't ever seen it. Really, another Indiana Jones? Awesome. Yeah, I had to look it up to double check. But yeah, Indiana Jones 4 is going to be coming out soon. Karen, I also have never seen any of those movies. We need to have a film club. Dannon. Oh my goodness. You girls, what am I going to do with y'all? I've never seen Grease and the Goonies and Indiana Jones. Those are just classics. There is a Grease 2. I thought there was, and I might have even seen it, but I don't remember it nearly as much as Grease 1. I'm a movie person. I just say weird shit. Or I have weird. I think that get boycotted for dumb reasons. Sometimes literally no reason. Well, if you can turn it around and watch all the Harry Potters, then you can watch that. I used to. I've lifted all boycott. Good. Some things are worth boycotting though. Probably still not going to watch Star Trek. Yeah, I mean, you got it. That's like a super specialty. I enjoyed it when I was a kid. Star Trek. I didn't even watch the original Star Trek came out in the 60s. So I knew about it as reruns, but I watched The Next Generation as a kid with Jean-Luc Picard. Rock Mountain Christmas, Sharknado 5, and Glee. Was she in all of those? Sharknado. She was in a Sharknado? Oh, I've never seen a Sharknado. The only reason I even heard of Sharknado is because The Offspring made a video about it. I guess they did the soundtrack to one of them. Gosh, I just have to say, drunk spilling the tea struck again. She actually in the comment? She's too cowardly to post in here. I see her in the, after the video's up, but she's way too cowardly to come on here. She and Back the Black and Blue. Mr. Death Monkey, wait, Betty White died. Oh, come on. Are you pulling my leg? Yes, Betty White died like right before I think you died New Year's Eve. David, bro, I seen your video when your kid did not get out of the truck to go to his mom. He's an awesome kid. How's he doing? He's doing great, David. And thanks for watching. He's a grown man now. He's a professional horse trainer, but I don't talk a whole lot about their personal. I mean, welcome to my little podcast here. I don't talk a whole lot about their personal lives now. Mr. Death Monkey. When did Betty White die? Yeah, pretty sure it was New Year's Eve. That's funny because Beetlejuice is on my boycott. I just seen it a couple months ago. Why would you boycott it? I'm curious. What's so bad about Beetlejuice? I mean, what's his name? Keaton, Alex Keaton. What's his name? Played the Batman in the early mid-90s. I cannot believe I forgot that guy's name. And the guy in Beetlejuice. Played in Mr. Mom. That was a great show. Betty White's been gone quite a while, weirdly enough. Yeah, December 31st, 2021. That's when I remember. That's when Betty White died, like right before the bell. Brian Caleb's going to be hosting movies soon because most of y'all haven't seen these classics. Yeah, maybe. I'd have to get a Patreon, which the boys tell me I ought to do that, but I just haven't. Regina, she did a Christmas movie called Mom for Christmas. I wouldn't know. Mom for Christmas. Whichever movie source, the Netflix types, whoever comes up with everything, Olivia Newton-John, like Splurge Weekend or something, probably going to win the internet because I'll be joining in. I just want to watch a bunch. Now all I want to do is go watch Olivia Newton-John stuff. Kyle Chelino. Hey, Caleb, I'm a new subscriber. I'm 25 and totally blind. Okay, well, welcome, Kyle. Good old Back to the Blue. Yeah. They just don't give up. They just love coming after me. I don't know why. It's just so bizarre. Right. Caleb just said he won't talk about their personal life. Yeah, I just can't. I just don't think it's appropriate. David, yeah, I've not watched your content in a while and I feel bad. Don't worry about it, dude. It's all good. No worries. Michael Keaton. Thank you, Regina. Michael Keaton. He was the guy in Beetlejuice and Mr. Mom. And I'm Batman. The original I'm Batman. Yes, Michael Keaton. I think when I boycotted Beetlejuice, it was because I didn't like Geena Davis. We're going to have have your head examined. Geena Davis was smoking hot as well. He was in a movie with the doctor, shrink from Jurassic Park. What's his name? I hate it when I do that. I know the guy, Jeff Goldblum. He was in the movie with Jeff Goldblum. That's where I first saw her. Something about aliens. It was a sort of a comedy about aliens. Geena Davis and Jeff Goldblum. That's where I first remember her. And she was gorgeous. December 31st, when she died. Yes, for Betty White. I'm typing with a laptop using a screen reader. Kyle. Oh, okay. I just think the new technology now where blind people can do that now, I think it's just amazing. I think it's so cool. Much as I like to, oh my goodness, Tripp. Hey, buddy, just checking in. Dang, man, there is a blast from the past. God dang, Tripp, you made me lose my train of thought. Tripp and I've been like friends for at least 10 years. At least we met on Facebook. We know each other in real life too. He lives in Florida as well, and he needs to quit smoking cigarettes. I'm gonna keep busting his balls until he does it. Sherry, hello, Caleb. Yeah. I'm 2 weeks tomorrow. I'll have been fighting this illness, so my voice is coming back. Pretty, it's getting better. Hello, Caleb. I remember the Parker video and wanted to say I've thought that you were an amazing dad for what you did for your son. How are your other children doing? Well, thank you very much, Sherry. They're all great. They're all big. Parker's 23, Hayden's 21, Blaine is 19, and London is 17. And everyone's just real big, and there's no such thing as the family court fucking with any of my kids anymore. Still fuck with me a little bit. They can't mess with my kids. They can't take me away from my kids. That's the beauty. That's the real beauty of it. I made it. So I'm broke, but I made it. This is new to me. What's that? Just my podcast? Well, I've only been doing it about a couple months. Craigette says Olga, and I don't know what that means. And Ooga Booga, okay. Karen, I think Earth Girls Are Easy. As what made me not like her. Is that the one? Earth Girls? Maybe that's the one. Dina Davis, I assume you're talking about, with Jeff Goldblum. How do you even remember that? That came out when you were born. Is someone jelly? Gonna have to call the jelly school because somebody's extremely jelly. Of gorgeous Dina Davis. And the reason I'm bringing up those two specifically is for some reason they are directly bringing me up and now in the comments. So I don't know why. Oh, yeah. Drunk Tea and Back the Black and Blue. Yeah, I don't know why they targeted you, Panna. I have no clue. That's just the nature of weirdo internet trolls. They pick up on the weirdest things. I don't know. Ace Andrew, I've got 3 sons and they're all great. They're all big. Yep, 11 years, man. Yeah, we met right in the prime of the Ron Paul movement. Ron Paul had already run in 08. I don't know if Tripp was involved in the 08 Ron Paul. I wasn't. I'd heard of him, but, Rush Limbaugh didn't approve of Ron Paul back then, so I didn't approve. I was so dumb. I was so asleep. But then Tripp and I got involved with. He was real big into the. Y'all think I'm a freak about Ron Paul? Man, hell, we even have matching tattoos. Ron Paul Revolution. Tripp's one of them. I think I've met 3 people in real life, maybe 4, that have this tattoo, and Tripp's one of them. Angelica Pagan. Olivia Newton-John will be missed. She was an amazing actress in Grease. Her and John Travolta were amazing in the movie Rest in Paradise. #cancer sucks. #fuck cancer. I'll have to go watch Rest in Paradise now. I wonder if that was made in Paradise, Florida. Did y'all realize that? Take me down to the Paradise City. That's actually a real city here in South Florida. I didn't know that until I moved here. I thought, oh, that's cool. I'm Batman. Tiffany Finogle. Did she really die? Yes, unfortunately. Olivia Newton-John, according to John Travolta's Instagram and many, many others, Olivia Newton-John unfortunately passed away today, and it is extremely sad. And again, I don't know why. For me personally, I haven't kept up with her that much. I haven't seen any of her movies. I've seen Grease, and people are giving me all these cool new shows. I've never even seen that. I saw really, other than it just being sad when a good person dies, I didn't know her. It's not like we were buddies or pals or something. I didn't know her at all, and I don't know why it's bugging me, but I just don't like the thought of this world being here without Olivia Newton-John. It's just really, really sad to me for some reason, and I don't get into celebrities worship and any of that. Like, I really don't. But she's just one of those strange exceptions. I don't know. I just don't like that she's gone. Calcilina, what are you driving now? It sounds like a 6-cylinder. I drive a Mustang, but it's never been any of my videos. Where did she die? Denise Hilger. I think she lived in Southern California, I believe. If if what I read from Wiki, again, her Wiki page just keeps changing like almost every 5 minutes. Hello, Sharon. How are you doing? Sharon is from Australia, as was Olivia Newton-John, or she at least immigrated there when she was a child. I've got a channel if you want to check it out. I may, but I'm not doing that right now. Chase Pinkowski. Hello, Chase. How are you doing? Karen, Gina Davis did do a really good movie called League of Their Own. Well, yeah, that was a classic. Girls, there's no crying in baseball. Old Tom Hanks chewing him out for that sexist prick. Tiffany, yes, she really did. Mr. Death Monkey. The one movie that I'm absolutely obsessed with Gina Davis would be A League of Their Own. Okay, well, you and Karen have that in common. I remember liking it. That's another movie I hadn't seen in at least 20-something years. But it was a good show. I liked it. Yes, it's unbelievable. Karen, I actually did like most of Gina Davis. Her more serious roles. Whatever happened to Gina Davis? I haven't seen anything about her. I had a crush on her 20-something years ago as well. What the fook? Why did you say I'm Batman? Line so good. I don't know. I'm Batman. Because he's got that scruffy voice like me, I guess. Xanadu, Gene Kelly. Yes, I remember Xanadu. And I'm going to go Xanadu again. I don't even think I did puberty when I saw Xanadu. She was just amazingly gorgeous to me. And maybe it's because we are starting to lose the good generation of people. I mean, I guess I say that every time, someone, again, Robin Williams, he died in 2014. The only reason I remember that's because that's when I had to go back to jail. Was it 2014? Yeah, 2014. I was out of jail, and then we were in the appeals process, and then he died either right before or right after. I think right before I had to go back to jail. And that was at the same time what was that blonde lady name? Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers died the day I believe the day I went back into jail in 2014. Angelica Pagan. She passed away at her ranch in California. She was 73. She lost her battle with breast cancer. That's what I thought. That's what I read. It's just too sad. Have you ever seen The Long Kiss Goodnight? I've not. I think I've heard of it, but I don't think I've seen it. Ryan, I know how it feels, Caleb. I couldn't imagine this world without Carrie Fisher in it. She was one of my childhood icon, and even after several years, I'm still struggling to grip with her death. Isn't that weird? Like, we don't even know these people. It's just weird how the psychology works. I was never a big Carrie Fisher fan. I liked Star Wars as a child, but I never saw anything. But she died too young. I don't even remember. It's been 4 or 5 years since Carrie Fisher died. I can't even remember it. How about ready to move to Australia too? Are you? Like, seriously? I don't know if I want to move there just because of the way they treated their people when they had we had all the lockdowns. They were amongst the worst of the worst. So that'd be the only reason. That would be the only reason. I mean, I can't go anyway because of my fucking passport. But Combat Elite 17. Hello, Combat Elite. Okay, weird question. What is your favorite horror movie? I'm not a big horror movie fan. I grew up with the Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger. I grew up with that stuff. It was a little scary, but I didn't watch a whole lot of it, but it's as corny as it can be. I, I've never really been a big horror movie. I like old ones, the old corny ones, but like the modern stuff, like Human Centipede, bleh, I just too gross and too realistic. I can't stand it. We want to talk about forgotten classics, Something Wild with Jeff Daniels. No, I've never even heard of it. Did they ever explain if Dumbledore had an agreement with the British government dealing with magic? Did the government know of their existence? Yeah, they knew of their existence. I don't know. Dealing with magic, did the government know of their? Yeah, they knew about them. They explain it a little more in what are the not the Harry Potter movies, but the ones written by J.K. Rowling that came after Harry Potter, but predated the time of Harry Potter's. Like Harry himself was born in early '80s, mid '80s. I can't remember for sure. I know it's blasphemous to real Harry Potter fans, but Dumbledore, I think he was born in the early 1920s, maybe 30s. And so the movies made, I can't remember the name of them. The one that Johnny Depp got all, he was in one of them, and then they fired him, and they explained a little more of it in those movies. The relationship to Dumbledore and the Ministry of Magic and the Muggle government. Hello, Brad. Tripp, can you ever add callers or go live on here? Yeah, I can add you right now if you want. We need to do something soon. Yeah, if you got your setup, let me know. Tripp, yes, he does. Are you going to call in? Yeah, dude, if you want to, I can send you the link, or if you want to wait till tomorrow, or I usually go about an hour to hour and a half. Every now and then I'll go 2 hours. Kyle Chelino, man, I wish my biological father was like you. He left me when I was little and wants nothing to do with me because of my blindness and almost $200,000 in child support. Damn, Kyle, I'm so sorry to hear that. That breaks my heart when kids tell me that. And unfortunately, I've heard it many, many, many times, and it just breaks my heart. Kyle, I'm really sorry to hear that. Dan and Daytare, I'm still not over Steve Irwin or Michael Jackson died. No kidding. Michael Jackson died in 08 or 09. Golly. Michael Jackson's been dead 12 years. Steve Irwin, I don't remember when he died. What, 10 years ago? Yeah, they're still young. I think I'm older than they were when they died. If I could, sure. Yeah. Let me think. Yeah, hang on just a sec, Tripp. Clipboard. What in the world? Not letting me. Hang on, Tripp. I do not know what's wrong with my. I cannot. Tripp, I'm trying to access my messenger or my text message, but I guess while I'm live, I can't. I can put it in the comment section, but let's have to deal with too many people getting in the green screen. I don't. I'll just put it in there. I don't care. If this is only for Tripp, y'all. All right, Tripp, I'm gonna put the link in the comment and just click on it. It's like 2 or 3 clicks. You'll be on there. If anybody else tries, I'm not taking anyone else. I just want Tripp on here. He's going to use his white privilege of being one of my oldest internet friends. Just a joke. Just a joke. Hannah, people who don't want to die early don't harm your body with alcohol or smoking in any sort of way. It will only cost you later. Yep. Yep. Cigarettes and alcohol, legal drugs that the government, American government, just love to push and pretend like they want to not get you to do it by putting warning labels, but really they just want the revenue. There's Tripp. Hang on just a second, brother. Surfer Chick. Oh, Karen, The Long Kiss Goodnight is such a brilliant movie. I'll have to watch it again. That's why I love having this StreamYard where I can put that up, because I do go back and look at these, and it makes it easy to take screenshots. All righty, let me bring in Mr. Tripp here. What is up, my brother from another mother? How in the hell are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Yeah, for the most part. Yeah. Past few years hadn't been too helpful to anybody, but we're hanging in there.
Well, I've got breaking news. This really isn't named. This is his fake name, Tripp. This is really Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit.
See, no one would ever say that if I didn't have my hat on. I can go get the hat here in a minute or two. But
I've always thought that. I mean, I never was a gigantic Limp Bizkit fan. Oh, speaking of Limp Bizkit, dude, have you seen the new Netflix thing called Woodstock 99?
One? Yeah, HBO did one about a year ago. And that one was pretty good and all-encompassing, but they did have a lot of woke bullshit in that one. And this one I thought was pretty fair, And then there's people coming out saying that they really downplayed the chauvinistic white male machismo, and it's like, dude, that says a lot more about the worst parts of capitalism and having people give over their water and food before they went in there. And then it's like, no, we're going to cost you in $19.99, mind you. We're going to, charge you $12 for a water, and it's like, well, I don't care whether you're white or not, or male or not, or whatever. That's enough to cause anybody over a 3-day period, a lot of reluctancy to be trustworthy of the people running that, Yeah,
so. Not to mention they already paid $150 just to get into the show.
Yeah.
And then to pay, between according to the documentary, it went up. Water started out like $6 and then went to the next day to 10 or 12, then to 14, and then.
And this documentary really showcases how that they didn't make much off of Woodstock 94. They pretty much had broke even, and that they were like, well, if we're going to do this again, we have to make money on this.
Which is understandable.
Understandable to a certain extent. However, they released a lot of this stuff to not maintain price control and things like that. Never mind the conditions. They relinquish that to the vendors themselves to kind of, the nut houses running the mental patient home, whatever.
Yeah, all the subcontractors got to make their own rules once they get the signed contract. That I didn't see it. I finished it all, but I was kind of busy doing a couple other things while I was watching it. I wasn't that glued to it, but who made the money? I know a lot of money was exchanged, but who made the money? Was it the organizers? Was it the performers? Was it the vendors?
Well, the performers got paid a lot. There has been some that I've known for years about what certain people got paid. And they did a good job of showing because I watched it. I was I was 15 years old and I got to watch it on pay-per-view. That was the big thing that summer, because I was like, oh my gosh, they got all these great acts. So I got it on pay-per-view, and it was $28 a day, or I think it was, you could get all 3 days for $50 on pay-per-view, back when we had to go down to the cable company to rent the little black boxes. You remember that?
Yeah, that's how I saw the Mike Tyson Holyfield fight.
Absolutely, yeah. So
That pay-per-view was stupid, and that was in the midnight. That was in
97. 97 was
97.
the second one. The bite in the ear fiasco was 97.
Are you sure it wasn't 96?
No. Yeah, it was 90. Oh,
I got married the first time in 1997.
You know what? It might be around the holidays of 96 when that happened.
It might have been. That would fit. That'd fit my timeline.
I know it was very late in the year because I know which one of my dad's ex-wives he was with during that time.
That's how you measure time, huh? I'm not alone.
But yeah,
I think if I'm not mistaken, though, we had to pay like $200 or $150.
Oh yeah. Those
we all chipped in.
Those boxing pay-per-views got way out of control towards the end there. Before we started getting, the cable boxes that you can just buy it and it'll get tacked onto your cable bill or whatever it was. Before that happened. But
what? I obviously just saw it. What month did the Woodstock 99 happen?
It was late July 99.
Well,
I want to say like the 27th, 28th, and 29th.
Late July. That would explain why I don't know very much about it. I just vaguely remember it happening, but Parker was born in March of 1999, so my mind. I was 20 years old. I just turned 21. I mean, my mind was like not all my friends were. In daddy mode, and I didn't pay attention to anything.
100%. Yeah, I was still in high school, so yeah. I definitely understand, and that's kind of what I've been doing the past couple years too. I mean, I bought the business that I had been working for and running for the past 10 years, about a little over 10 years. And just trying to me and two of my other coworkers at the time, the owners wanted to get rid of it, and we're like, yeah, we'll take it over. It hadn't done well. I'm still making more than I would have been making, but I
see that someone pulled behind you, motherfucker. I can see that. I know you're lying. You're loaded now.
Oh, yeah. No, I bought this before I owned the company, man. I got,
I knew you.
Good times, great oldies. Well, what I really did was move out to the sticks. It is now like a destination for, I told you, when I grew up in Atlanta, we did the same thing. I saw my parents and my grandparents and all of their family friends do the same thing when I was very, very young. They saw the way like crack had moved into Atlanta by that time, and they're like, you know what, we're moving out to the suburbs. And now that's happening in the Metro Orlando area. And I just like being not in the city. I don't like being hit with commerce right when I walk out my front door. Mm-hmm. So I'd done pretty good, at least. I think for this community, for the community that we've belonged to, have been very good at noticing trends early on and making a lot better decisions than our peers when it's come to all this. So, I was able to see the forest for the trees ahead of time. So,
well, I sure love it here. I bought a little tiny shed shack over on the north west side of Lake Okeechobee. I can see the dam. It's like a quarter mile from my little house.
Yeah, that's great, man.
But it's a lot better in Texas. I have to admit, though, it's just too fucking hot in here during the summer.
Now, you guys used to listen. You guys used to give me that much shit when you guys were out there, Midland and Odessa, and I said it ain't that. I would do an out west 100, 110 before I would do an 88 here in Central Florida any day of the week. It's terrible.
Heat. But if you live in Texas, it's hotter. It physically is temperature-wise hotter. It's just dry.
Right. Yeah.
It's the wind and the dust. There's no dust here. I've never seen a tumbleweed or dust here.
Well, the other thing is that once it becomes summertime, unless we have a hurricane or a storm, and during our summer storms, God, what old men are we sitting here talking about the weather on this? But anyway.
Well, I think I was about to ask you about Olivia Newton-John, because that's what this whole thing for today's show is. So
right.
Speaking of cruise,
I put on, usually when I'm making dinner for the kids and the family and stuff, I'll put on, they got the channel, the MTV Classic, and they've got like 90s Nation and stuff. So I'll get to see all this. Oh, snap. I remember that one or whatever. But they played in Olivia Newton-John. And I was like, why are they playing her on this right now? And then I saw the news. But I think that she hadn't been in great health the past handful of years. I think she's had a few scares the past couple years, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I read she was diagnosed first in 92, which that would have put her younger than I am right now when she first got it.
Yeah, it's a terrible thing.
But I saw an interview with her not even 2 years ago, and it was with some big time. I don't know the names of the new Tom Brokaw equivalent. I don't know the name. I don't know the new people. That was my generation.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Dan Rather and all their homies. Yeah.
Well, she was doing an outside interview. There were two women. I just don't know their names. But anyway, they said, good luck on your shows. They were talking to the audience. If you'd like to go see Olivia Newton-John, she's performing Tuesdays through Saturdays at the Flamingo in Vegas. I thought, no kidding. She's still got it. She's still out there, getting with it. I just thought that was cool as hell.
Well, there's also a lot of people that are just getting their final run in, and then some people that aren't big enough to garner the audience, which is always sad. One of my favorite Doug Stanhope jokes was he was talking about like Jimi Hendrix and Kurt Cobain, and maybe they died when they were supposed to. It's like, could you imagine Jimi Hendrix doing halftime football shows with Elton John? Like, Rocket Man, wah, wah, wah. Like, no one wants to see that, and I don't mean to make light of this situation, but of course
it is weird seeing them get older. Watching that Woodstock 99, that lead singer of Bush, Gavin
Rossdale,
Rossdale. I saw him in the live or the interview. I was like, what the hell? I actually saw Bush in concert in 95 or 96 in Odessa, Texas, of all places. And he shut the place down. He got mad. He shut the venue down and asked for a spotlight. And he said, because at the time the little laser pointers, those were brand new.
Oh God, that was a terrible time for live events.
He shut it down and said, whoever in the audience has got that goddamn laser's got a dick about that big. And he was young, and it was showing the clips of him from Woodstock 99. He was young and just had I've got a chiseled chest now, but it's not a 20-year-old chiseled chest.
Hey, buddy, I'm so proud of you. Like, if nothing else, I know we're getting off on a bunch of different stuff, but man, you look great. I know you feel great, and I'm getting there slowly but surely. I mean, I'm doing better, but not doing everything that I should be doing, obviously.
Yep, you're gonna have to put those fucking cancer sticks down. Uh-oh, Tripp froze up. Dadgummit. You froze up, man.
Yeah, are we back? We good?
Yeah, now I hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. But yeah, I'm still... It's,
you're freezing up just a little bit more. And now you're okay. All
right. But yeah, just, I'm doing my thing still. I'm in the throes of getting the kids raised up and everything. So, I'm still up in the mix and
well, I want you to be healthy. What in the world? I did not touch that. That was not me. Like, it just went away and came back, and that was not me. I'm not even touching it. I think the the NSA is spying on us a little bit. They're thinking, oh shit, they're about to start talking about that all that old crazy Ron Paul stuff.
The aliens are not coming from outer space, Caleb. They are interdimensional. They're already among us.
That was an excellent Alex Jones. Well done. Did you watch the Alex Jones trial?
Oh, I was like a rubbernecker. I was like, now I know what my wife was doing with the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial this whole time.
I watched just the clip. I saw some of the funnier ones where they mixed it with the Rogan going, oh, whatever he's talking about the Clintons getting Epstein.
It was good. It was good stuff overall. But yeah. But no, man. Going back to what we were saying, I'm super proud of you and glad that you're doing as good and making the strides that you had, man. Like just friend to friend. I'm just super happy for you. Super happy.
Thank you very much. I feel so much better. I'm down 40 something pounds, down to about 178, 180.
Right.
I was 221, dude. Like I was big fatty McPatty.
I can't do nothing about this ugly mug, but I hope my body can look as good as yours does now by the time I get.
All right, man. Well, I'm not going to be on much longer, but
yeah, man, dude, I didn't want to overtake your show or nothing, but
you're
I
good.
definitely want to say
It's really
hi
good to hear. I was like shocked. I saw you in the comments. I was like, cool, hell yeah.
Hell yeah,
all right,
dude.
Mr. Tripp. Well, I'll holler at you here after I get off.
Yeah, no problem. Love you, brother.
All right, love you.
Good.
Take care. Bye. God dang, Tripp Pugh. I just always thought the world of that guy. We used to do internet radio way long time ago, like before the Parker shit went crazy. So anyways, hope I didn't put everybody to sleep here, but I just had to say hello to my old friend. Corey's commenting a lot here. I was in a cornfield detasseling. I don't know what that means. What is detasseling? I was going to move to Florida and get in the pool business. Humid? Yeah, it's extremely humid here. Corey, never say never. Have you been to Florida? I've not. I'm pretty sure Tori's in Texas. This is pointless is laughing her ass off. What is so funny? I would love to know. Taking the corn off the stalks? What in the world are y'all talking about? I go away for 10 minutes talking to my old buddy, and I'm from Iowa. Teens do that every summer. Ooh. I guess that would make sense then. Hello, Angela C. I started watching around the time you started sailing. Oh, wow. Always wanted to know how you got your boat unstuck. That's right. I never talked about that. I guess I could talk about it now. Well, I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I will say this. I did wind up calling and Geico, which is also Boat US, they wound up getting me out, and we worked out a deal financially with them, and it was Boat US. They came and I was at a 3.5 foot draft boat, and I was in 3 feet of water, depending on the tide. I couldn't get out, and so their boats were 3 feet, so they were like bumping the bottom when they were trying to pull me out. They wound up having to get this rope, excuse me, really thick, long, super long rope. I had like 500 yards of this super high strength rope, and he would pull out way in one direction, and my boat was laid over on its side, and it would go flop, and then he'd have to come back over here about 500 yards and go out another 500 yards, and he'd pull it and it'd go flop, and he'd come back over here and he'd pull it flop, and I just did this flop, 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 and I had to be that he was the only guy. He didn't have any help, and so I was his rig man, I guess. I was having to maneuver every time he swapped ends of the bay. I would have to get out there and move it so it wouldn't, pull across my lines on my sailboat. And it did a tiny bit of damage, but not very much. It was well worth it. That's how I got out. And come to find out, I had wallered a massive hole, a mud hole that I was just stuck in. This is pointless. You guys said something funny. I can't remember. Detasseling is taking the corn off the stalks. I didn't know that. I was saying in 1999 Woodstock, I was detasseling. You're in Iowa. Oh, you're in Iowa? Why did I think you're in Texas? Oops. Almost put you in timeout, Big John. I didn't mean to. What's up, Caleb? How are you doing this evening? I'm hurting and upset that Olivia Newton-John passed away. It's bugging me, and I can't figure out why. Because I haven't kept up with her much. She's just always a beautiful, wonderful human being that was always around, and now it's like the world got a little darker because she's not in it anymore, and it just kind of bugs me. I don't know. I really don't know why. It's not like I knew her personally. As in, yeah, weird how we get so sad about celebs' death when we really never even knew them. Me being from a younger generation, I was sad about Juice WRLD's death. He felt like a brother, and I never even knew him. Isn't it weird? I don't know why we're like that. I try not to be part of that celebrity cult. I mean, I'm not. I don't do celebrity worship for the sake of it. When there just happens to be a good human being, like from everything I've ever seen about Olivia Newton-John, she was just a kind human being that never let fame go to her head and turn her into a bitch or anything. I'm in the States Center. David, hey, I'm going to get off. My dad is trying to find a place, and I'm going to help him. I'll be back later. All right. Well, take care and go help the old man. As in, y'all are lucky getting to talk about how in your time there was Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield, but me, on the other hand, in my time now, it's KSI versus Jake Paul. Yeah. Fucking Jake Paul. I've had a dream ever since that moron started boxing. I just cannot stand Jake Paul. I've had this dream that Blaine would get big enough and muscle it up enough and get in the ring and just whip his fucking ass. I'd every now and then I bring it up. All right, Blaine, we need to find a gym that got boxing, because we do a gym, but it's just, for fitness, building muscle. It's not necessarily, they don't have any punching bags. I would love for Blaine, because Jake Paul's 25, 26, Blaine's 19. It'd be actually a fair fight instead of Jake Paul's bitch ass always challenging these old dudes, people that are my age. And I was speaking of, and I'm sorry to get off topic here, but I'm really disappointed in Mike Tyson for accepting that match with him. I know it's for the money. I get it. But God dang, Mike, if you not got enough, you got to stoop to that dickhead's level. Kelly Clarkson sang an Olivia Newton-John song as a tribute to her. Did she? Like today? Like recent? Like just now? This is my family's from Iowa. David. No, I lived there a while, but I always had a Texas Rangers hat on when I joined your live. Okay, maybe that's what it was. Aaron, do you know what's happening with Anne Hathaway? No. What? I've never been a huge Anne Hathaway fan, but I hope she's okay. What happened? Oh, Anne Heche. I saw that she caused some wreck, and it took like 100 firefighters to put out her mess. That's yeah, and Hesh, or I don't know how you say it. Yeah, it looked like she was drunk driving. I'm not sure. I don't, that's all I know. Kayin Guan Law Meow. I have a kitty. V. Scotty, husband, and I saw Grease our first date when it came out. We were married 28 years before he passed away. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, you got that in there twice on accident. Sorry, didn't know. I don't know why. I don't know. No big deal. I don't know why it does that. All right, meow. I'm trying to get caught up here. Scotty, oh, that's a lovely story. So hearing the news of Olivia's death must be extra sad for you. Yeah, what came of Anne Hesh? How do you say her name? I think it's Anne Hesh. Pretty sure she got in a big fat nasty wreck and what caused millions of dollars worth of damage. I thought boxing was a sport. What is wrong with Jake Paul participating? It is a sport. I just don't like Jake Paul. I just can't stand. He's just an arrogant, cocky little prick. And I never have liked him. I think he's very clever and he's very good. He's a hell of a promoter. He knows how to get their goats. But I just don't like the guy. I mean, he can participate all he wants to. I just think it's kind of shitty. You know, that last guy I saw him fight last year, I can't remember his name. He was a black dude, about 42 years old, and he wasn't even a boxer. He was a kickboxer. But he challenged him being out of his prime and in a sport that's not even his primary sport, and he beat him, which, he's 15, 20 years younger than him. Speaking of Tyson, did you listen to that clip I sent from the Dallas Sports Radio, marijuana and psychedelics? Yep, I did. Yeah, I mentioned it. I thought you were on the other day. I did. I mentioned it. She's in a coma right now. Oh. You know, this is terrible of me, but I can't help but wonder or think that, is she really in a coma, or is that her PR agent just saying she's in a coma because she really screwed up? If you know that happens, not saying it happened necessarily here, but I don't like the Paul brothers too. See, Serper chick knows. They're just arrogant pricks. Apparently she got burned up really badly. I mean, obviously I don't wish anything bad on her, but it seems like there should have been a lot more coverage about it than there has been. It looks like something's being covered up. I just don't know what it is. Oh my God, that's nuts. Drunk driving is pure suicide. Yeah, being drunk, period, suicide. There's no health benefits to drinking at all. And if anyone says otherwise, they're lying. They're trying to sell something. Thoughts on Trump FBI raid? I just saw that today. I literally just read a headline. That's all I know. His Mar-a-Lago property got raided by the FBI today, supposedly, and that's all I know about it. I don't know anything about it at all. Anyone here from the 14-year-old Parker video from North? Yes, North. There's a lot of them. There's I'm trying my best to move on from that part of my life. I'm glad it's still there. And I'm glad that there's kids nowadays, even today, that can watch something that happened all those years ago and learn from it. I really am. But you got to keep in mind, for me and my kids, that was 9 years ago. And we've all just grown up and moved on. And again, welcome to the show, and my kids are fine. I just don't talk about their personal life. For chick, I don't drink. Well done, Buckbeef. Well done. Good. I'm glad. Don't ever start. It's a road to nowhere. and it's expensive and makes you fat. It only happened about 3 days ago. Oh, the Ann Hesh stuff. Ancient Cookie. Hey, man, I'm glad you and Parker were able to fight through all of that. Well, thanks. We don't. Oh, you mean fought? Yeah, fought the court system and your mother. Yeah, yeah. We don't fight each other, but well, thanks. Man, they. I'm out of water. My throat's getting scratchy. They should play the Parker movie in the police training course to learn things not to say while de-escalating a situation. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. I do know for a fact that university professors, psychology people, have assigned that to their students. And always, I know it over the years because the students have emailed me and told me that was an assignment for them to watch. Well, Parker versus the Man too, but particularly the first Parker movie. No, I meant you're able to fight the crazy brother. Yeah. Thanks. You kidding? I get the well done Buckbeat reference now, and you'll know why she gets it now. Because Dannon, much like Karen, finally figured out that Harry Potter is a brilliant story written by a brilliant woman and made into 7 brilliant movies. And that's Buckbeak is actually a character in Harry Potter, and that's why it makes sense. And now they get my geeky ass, dorky ass Harry Potter references, which makes me so happy. Spreading the word of Harry Potter. Have you heard that Harry Potter died for your sins? Have you heard the word? Sorry, let me tell you about the 3-letter agencies. Chuck Schumer said they have 7 days to Sunday to take you down. They're accelerating the plot to stop him from running in 2024. That is wild. I don't know if that's real or not. I mean, some people think Trump really was a maverick, and I'm just not sure. I think there's a good possibility he just played his role really, really well as one of them. Just another actor. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. I don't hate Trump like his haters hate him, but I just don't think he's all. I don't know what to think of the guy. He's funny. I'll give him that. He's damn near. He's entertaining. The way he pisses off the super left commies, I think it's hilarious. But there's a Harry Potter place that just opened up in New York City. I think I saw that. It was in the works, and then the COVID bullshit hit, and then I think they postponed it a little bit, and it just now opened up. I don't know if, as much as even I love Harry Potter, I don't know if that's enough to get me to go to New York City. I've been to New York City, and I just didn't like it. That concrete jungle is it is something else. It's neat to see once, but it's just so, I don't even know how to put it. It's Miami on steroids, except it's just an older town. I haven't worn a mask since April and likely won't put one back on now. Good. There's no point. I want to see you a free breather. V. Scotty, you and your son Parker's and Blaine's experience should be a training material for family court judges and staff. Hear, hear. I wholeheartedly agree. I've said for the longest time, I think every Texas judge in Texas or in the union period ought to, emulate Judge Sarah Kate Billingsley. That was our judge in the Blaine series. Hello, sweet cat. I would get her, but my voice is about to go, and I'm about to go anyway, so I don't really want to chase her. Ain't you cookie? I hope it's not rude to ask, but are you more conservative or liberal leaning? I am full blown anarchist. It's not rude to ask. I was raised conservative in a Republican household and a religious Christian Baptist household at that. And once they all stole my kids and jailed me, I'm no longer religious, and I don't associate with any political party. I don't even associate with the Libertarian Party. My religion and my outlook on life is be a good person and be kind to people. Take no shit, but start no shit type thing. Wait, you've been in New York City? Yeah. Got back 2012, I believe, when I visited there. You understand? Oh, whoops. Already got to that one. Oops. What in the world? Am I getting doubles here? Yes, I am. Concrete jungle. Miami on steroids. That's so true and funny. Well, it is. It's accurate. I mean, Miami's weird. I mean, Austin's weird for Texas, like really weird. But Miami's just a lot bigger and weird, really weird. And New York City's just been around for, what, 400 years or something? I don't know. It's older than the country, I think. Pretty sure. I mean, I'm vaccinated, and in Virginia, COVID, or VAS in West Virginia, is pretty low. So I haven't worn a mask since like March. Dude, it didn't do you any good when you did wear it. Unless you went to medical school and used it, or you're trained to use all the various masks in all the various different situations. It didn't, more than likely, it didn't do you any good anyway. All family court lawyers should watch Parker and Blaine series. I agree. Big John, New York City is boring. I lived there for the first 22 years of life, and thank the gods I added that part. Thank God I moved. Where'd you move to? I'm glad you did. LOL, Long Island is nearly as dirty as the city. I don't know. I've got some friends from Long Island that live here in Florida. Miami is weirder, I agree. Are you from Miami or just been there a lot, surfer chick? Steven, you mask, I bring it up, but stopped wearing it since 2021 in the mid. Well, my voice is about to go. Northeast is low in COVID, so it's over. It's been over. It never was. I never bought into that crap. I used to work on boats and hated Fort Lauderdale and Miami as a whole. I lived on a boat and I worked on my own. I went to one boat show in Fort Lauderdale. And yes, haters that are watching this later and now they'll be commenting later, I fully aware of how ironic that statement was. I never bought into the COVID crap, and yet here I am probably recovering from whatever illness was going around. People get sick. They always have. Every year, there's always something bad that people get sick from. A lot of people die. It's just perfectly normal. Dying is part of the human experience. And I said I don't think Long Island is dirty. Oh, there's a typo. Okay, you're good. Oh yeah, I rode my bike to Fort Lauderdale one time last October. Done fucked up, Ron. We got too close and let me get her by the scruff. I didn't have to go chase her. Hello, Mama Cat. You're so pretty. You're such a pretty Mama Cat. She's getting a little bit better every day. Let me get a little bit closer. Like 2 nights ago, she came and snuggled on my lap in my bed for like an hour until I had to pee. And then as soon as I had to get up, she hauled ass. But She did it all on her own. I didn't have to get her, go catch her, nothing. No, I'll put you down now. Sweet kitty. Sweet mama cat. All right, I'm losing my. Yeah, Ron Panna, catch up. It's a famous video, came out, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 years ago. It's a joke. You done messed up, Ron. Yeah, Surfer Chick knows what I'm talking about. Just look up, just Google Ron. It'll pop up. It's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. He mispronounces everybody's name. Monkeypox. Sorry about the typo and last comment on my part. No biggie. But talking like Bubbles will hold while holding the kitty. Something's funky with her. What's wrong with her? Nothing's wrong with her. She just doesn't like daylight. She's just, the term scaredy cat. She's a scaredy cat. So she never comes out. She stays hidden in her little cubby hole all during the day. And then when night comes out and plays and hops and laps and goes from, brother to me and back and forth and does her thing as long as it's dark. Waking me up and fucking with shit in the middle of the night. But as soon as the sun comes up, I don't know why, she just doesn't like the sun. She does not like bright, my little tiny lights around the house. That's what she prefers. Beautiful cat. I have 2 of them. They're both rescues. Is yours rescue? Yep, sure is. And I never even gave her a name. I just kept calling her Mama Cat from the very first day I got her, because she's only a year when I got her. She gave birth before she was even a year old. So she's still really, really young. And a Facebook friend of mine has both of her, or 2 of her kittens. And she knew the owner, who more of just a rescuer herself, and brought her in. And anyway, that's how I got her. And I couldn't really come up with a name because I'm honestly still not over my last cat, Francis. I really love that little fucker. I still miss him. And I just couldn't come up with a name. I just started calling her Mama Cat, and it just kind of stuck. Block A is Blake. Yeah, that's from Ron. I forget all the different names. He gets onto all the students, and it is hilarious. What do you think of the trailer I sent? If I had Panda or Mazin, I saw it. I just don't have. Was it Epics? That's just one more $15.99 a month that I just don't really care to spend at the moment. Oh, speaking of, I didn't even check. I totally forgot to check. See if I had any more. Don't do any better on memberships. Let me see. Nope, still just 12 members. So if you've made it this far, and I'm about to let you go for real because I'm losing my voice, and I hate it when I accidentally cough in the mic and blow your ears out, consider becoming a member. I think eventually I'm going to test and experiment by putting all the comments for members only, just to test it. Again, it's not to be a dick, but all this shit that I buy to do all this, and just the StreamYard alone is like $50 a month. And so I'm either going to expand, and this is going to be a career and start paying. It's going to start paying for itself, or I'm not going to be able to do it anymore. So if you would consider and I understand if you're broke, like if you're squeezing pennies and wondering where milk money is going to come from, don't become a member. You help out if you enjoy any of the stuff, any of the podcasts I've done. Send it to your family and friends, or talk to your friends about it. If someone's having a hard time quitting drinking, yep, I know this dude, this crazy fucker on the internet, always talking about, he went to sleep to or he drank to go to sleep and he was depressed and he got over it. Now he's lost 40 pounds and he's ripped and sweet like Cartman. You made that video with your kid forever ago, Balin Cooley. Yes, that was 9 years ago. That was an old one. As you should. I'm not sure what that. I hate it when I do that. I'll talk too much. I'm not sure what people are referring to. Red-pilled Hispanic. Remember what the World Economic Forum said: you will own nothing, and you will be happy, and you will eat fucking bugs. Yeah, they can kiss my white ass right where it's hairy. That ain't happening. All right, good night, Miss Dannon, and I'm just, well, everybody, y'all been great. I will see y'all tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Enjoyed it. Rest in peace, Olivia Newton-John. It's just terrible, terrible news for today. I will see y'all tomorrow. Take care. Consider not hitting your cheering. Night.